Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers, and this is the day after the day before, and so I'm giving my thoughts and opinions on our 1-1 draw against West Ham United. Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah. So guys, the great celebration, birthday celebration, apart from the game, you know, because I feel that we should have won it. We did enough to have won the game. Never do well on my birthday, as I said before. I was hoping for a better outcome, but it wasn't to be. So today I'm going to be titling this The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, because we had some good things, some bad things and some downright ugly things. So let's concentrate on the good things first. Let's talk about the good things. Enzo Fernandez is quality, class player. And I mentioned on my preview video, Gary Neville said that we thought we overspent. But you know what, this guy from the first two games, and you know, when you think he's hit the ground running, he's not, you know, even acclimatized to, I say he's not acclimatized, he has acclimatized to the Premier League after 2 games, and he's made such an impact in both games. And he can do all aspects of the midfield role, and he is, you know, I don't use the word generational a lot, but this guy, for me, from what I've seen already, I think that he can be generational. And he's just what we need, the guy who can deliver the final pass and the final third. He's had to play more of a sort of holding midfielder role, but when we get in a proper DM, he can move further outfield and be more what he does best, create. You know, as he can tackle as well. He does a bit of everything. You know, it was interesting to see the partnership with him and Loftus-Cheek. Actually, I thought Loftus-Cheek had a good game. When you think he's been out a lot through injury, he had a bit of physicality in the midfield, a lot of running power through the middle of the park. So I thought that combination worked fairly well yesterday. Graham Potter made some brave decisions. You know, Mason Mount didn't start, Gallagher didn't start, and the starting lineup that we had yesterday, most people would have probably said it was okay, apart from one person who I'm going to be talking about a bit later. But yeah, so Fernandez, and the pass he did for the goal, sublime pass. You know, those are the sort of things that we need. We've been lacking somebody who can thread the ball through the eye of the needle, somebody who's got the vision, you know, to see those runs and execute the pass to perfection. And that's what he did yesterday with the goal. And the other person, the one on the end of the goal, the one who scored the goal, was obviously João Felix. Another great performance from João Felix. What you see from João Felix is, you know, again, somebody who can play between those lines, somebody who can pick the ball up, turn, run with it, and who always looks to be positive and try to not just pass for passing sake. If the shot's on, he'll try and take the shot first time. His movement is exceptional, second to none. So, you know, he's a player. I feel that he can add something to this team, and I hope we can, you know, keep him and Cuckoo together. You know, next season that'll be quite a mouth-watering prospect. So yeah, so he was very good as well yesterday, you know, and so that's my good out of the way. You know, those two exceptional players, and you know, when you think both of those guys have only, you know, in João Felix's case, he's only played 1.5 games for us, and with Fernandez, he's only played 2 games for us, and this is what they can do after a couple of games. Can you imagine what they can do once they're used to the pace of the Premier League? You know, it's frightening prospect. I know this is a pity the season's running out, games are running out, but you know, I just love what I see with those 2 players. And you know, Madueke, I thought was quite good, raw at times, but I thought he showed some good bits as well. So now we're getting some good players in, let it gel. And for the first 20-25 minutes, I thought we played some sublime football, and just a silly goal, which I'll go on to a bit later. But you know, the football, you know, that's the sort of football that I want to see. I was excited by the way we played our football. Anyway, so let's get onto the bad. So with the bad now, as excited I was with the way we played our football, it's the same story again with some of our players in the final third, not making the right decisions, not making the right runs. And sorry, it may seem like I'm having a go at this guy every week, but I try to, give me some good performances. If you give me some good performances, then I'll be less critical. But when you're putting in performances like this week in, week out, then I have to be critical of you. Sorry, Kai, I'm talking about you. Again, not leading the line as I'd like to. He drops too deep sometimes. It's not his fault. And what I'm saying is, I'm sort of giving him out because it's not really his fault to such an extent. And the reason why it's not his fault is he's playing as a false nine, and I don't think that's his role. I don't really think that he excels in that position. And that's why it made me laugh when a lot of people who are doing their lineups for this season, and even their lineups when we got in the new players, a lot of them had him in that false nine position. I've always said this guy is not clinical enough, and if he leads our line over the season, we're going to struggle, because we're going to be struggling to score goals. We're going to be struggling to have that focal point. And so, so said, so done. And I don't like to be proved right in situations like this. I'd love to have been proven wrong, but he's not the real deal. Sorry, when it comes to false nine. I don't know what, and the strange thing is, I don't know where he fits. I don't know what sort of position he will play at Chelsea. João Felix has come in and he's done the things that I wanted to see Kai Havertz do in that sort of number 10 creative position. Even when he's played at that creative 10, he hasn't looked as commanding and as dominating as João Felix has. And obviously with as I said, with Nkunku coming in as well, I can't see a place in the side for him. I think he could be surplus to requirements, and if we can get some good money for him, I'll happily take it. I know some people say he may come good, and he may look good, as I said, in another league which he's more suited to. But I can't see him in the Premier League where he just not afforded that space and time. And by now, you thought he would be acclimatised to the Premier League, but he's still, I think he's a fix and just does things in fits and starts. He's just good in patches, and it's not good enough. He needs to get that consistency, and I just can't see that. Cannot see that happening. I'm afraid. So with Potter, please be brave. Fofana, why was he on the bench for the 90 minutes? And I'm not sure what's happening with Aubameyang's falling out. He may be going off to the LA, but I don't know. Give Fofana a run out. This guy, as Havertz isn't. We haven't scored many goals, guys, and Havertz, this guy leading the line. We got to try Fofana. What we got to lose? I just don't understand. Has he got something on Potter or something? Possibly, but I don't know why he keeps playing him. And the downright ugly. There's two uglies I want to talk about. The first ugly is, did we really spend 63 million on a fake David Luiz? And that Cucurella, he's poor, I don't like slagging players off or whatever, but this guy, Brighton saw us coming. 68 million. Can you imagine? We paid 68 million for this guy. I'll cut my losses. Man City wanted him for 45 million. I'll cut my losses and say, take him and take the hit, because if they're willing to pay us 45 million, probably after these performances, they probably won't. But it's a couple of things for me. First of all, the intelligence. He's trying to beat two players in a dangerous area. So he's lost the ball. That's the first thing he's done. But okay, sometimes you do lose the ball. Get back into position. Yeah, okay, fine. He's got back into position. But what is unforgivable for me is what he did next. The ball came across. It wasn't even that. The cross was a low cross. What did he do? He stood up. It was really bizarre what he did. He stood up and he turned away from the ball. He didn't jump up to header it, make himself big. If he jumped up a couple of inches, he's cutting out that cross. Because I said it wasn't even a great cross, the original cross. He's turned away from the cross and he's just watched the ball. What was he doing? Did he have money on the game for West Ham to equalise? And that's the only thing I could think of, because he had no effort at all to attack that ball. That's unforgivable for me. You know, you're not doing the basics, and when you're not doing the basics, I can't be taking that. You know, sorry. Somebody give me a justified reason why he did that, because I don't know. Am I being harsh? Let me know in the comment section below. And obviously the final ugly was the state of the refereeing. Scrap VAR now. That's what I say. Get rid of VAR. It's just rubbish. You know, VAR was brought in to stop mistakes from creeping into the game. All it's done is taken away our enjoyment of the game. You know, you can't. You know, I don't mind. Even if we get something go against us with a poor offside decision, then I'll take that for what we've got now, because you know. What is the point when you've got a blatant handball? The referees do not understand the rules. VAR was brought in for this reason, and we're still seeing these same mistakes. Get rid. It's no point, you know. And the thing is, I hear those stupid excuses from the PMLOG or whatever they're called, Souček was just breaking his fall, but. What was he doing forward in the first place? What was the guy doing forward in the first place? That's the question that should be asked. And I don't agree with some of the things like, is it Danny Mills who was on Match Today? Or not Danny Mills, Danny Murphy, I think it was. Some things I don't agree with. But yesterday, he was perfect in what he was saying. Declan Rice was the closest one to the ball when Conor Gallagher was having a shot. Declan Rice was the one trying to block the shot. Souček was behind, was a good 6 or 8 or 9 yards behind Declan Rice. What business did he do with going on the floor? Why was he going on the floor? The only reason he's going on the floor is to try and stop the ball. He didn't lead with his foot to try and block it. He's gone like a goalkeeper to make a save, and he made a save. I didn't realise that you can have 2 goalkeepers on the pitch now. So rather than concentrating on the fact that, oh, he went down to break it, his hand was there to break his fall, the question should have been asked is, why was he going down in the first place if he wasn't the closest player to Conor Gallagher? And you know, VAR. The thing is, they just looked at it for 10 seconds. They said went with the referee's decision, didn't discuss it. What are they there for? And Swarbrick, I think it is, the referee, he's meant to be the head of VAR. And he was the guy in the VAR box. If he's the head and he's not making decisions like this, oh my word, it's terrible. Scrap it, I say. Just scrap it. Get rid of it, because it's got no use whatsoever. And it's still done on interpretation. You know, very annoyed, you know. And that cost us 2 points. We haven't got Georgina there now, so we don't know if we would have scored a penalty, but potentially cost us 2 points in that game. And you know, these are the things that annoy me in football. Anyway, so that's my 3 points: good, the bad, the ugly. Let me know if you've got any more in the good section, in the bad section, in the ugly section, and stick your comments in the comment section below. And don't forget, as always, guys, to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Take care. Bye bye.